Discovery. I wouldn't say I live in this thing full time, but I know some people would say I basically do. I do a lot of off-grid stuff though, for sure. But figured I'd do a tour of this thing, just get it out there, see what I have in this rig, my setup, which I'm excited to do. And what better place to do it than Las Vegas Motor Speedway? This place is awesome, but it is super hot out here. It is 104 degrees, and I hate it, but we're gonna do it anyways. Land Rover Discovery. The name is Toby. Pay attention to the leaking. It's a Land Rover, but I put some dirty miles on this thing, thousands and thousands of miles, and kept me going. But yeah, this is my phone prop. Holds my phone up to record. But anyways, this is my pride and joy, Toby. Anybody who has been inside my truck has signed it. Some crazy people I've met on the road camping, people who car camp as well, some off-gridders, bunch of nomads, really cool people. Love it. It's also very windy, but I guess we could start with my bed. This thing is amazing. I love this bed so much. Put that up there. But I used to have this guy as my bed, and that didn't work out. It popped on like the 4th time I was sleeping in this thing. So I just use it as a liner now, and kind of keeps it divided from the floor to my bed. Don't recommend that thing. I started using this thing. Super comfortable, especially for like people who car camp. It's like the perfect size for it. Great room. I love it. This is super comfortable. A lot of sounds out there. People doing donuts. It's like screeching. But yeah. This here is my ukulele. I bring this thing everywhere. Obviously you gotta play anywhere you go. Not that it gets boring, but yeah. That's Oscar, my little meerkat. I use him as a pillow. Best pillow ever. Just saying. I guess we could show you in here. So I do have an AC unit. I do have an AC unit. We'll get to that in a bit. Have a 6-gallon tank. Like I said, we'll get to that. This thing is amazing. I don't know how many watts it is, but I think it's over 1,000. Great, I love it. It powers my fridge that is empty, but it's at 17 degrees right now, so it's almost a freezer. I am using 40, 30, around that range of wattage. Still at 76%. It's been plugged in for quite a bit now, a couple hours. It's only at 76, which is great, and it's 104 degrees out here. 17 degrees. Awesome. I have a lot of NASCAR stuff in here because I do travel to a couple racetracks and sleep for NASCAR just to watch the races and tailgate with people that I meet. But yeah, I have bags here. I'll get to that. That's awesome. But anyways, this was a game changer. It's simple but crazy game changer. This is my kitchen. I love my kitchen. I have a blender for my smoothies, a little stove, cups. What is this? Baggies. Oh, I just love this thing so much. This thing is my pride and joy. It's a little dirty. I didn't wash it, but pride and joy. This goes everywhere. Love it. Oh, it comes apart, but it's part of it. This is my toiletry. Has toilet paper, but I keep all my toothbrushes, this thing, which probably will keep me cool. Ooh, that's cold. But yeah, this is my toiletry. Keep all that in there. Love it. Dude wipes, everything. Great. I also have to have a fire pit. My fire pit also acts like a trash can at times. But this is my fire pit. I freaking love this. This thing has been used so many times. Kept me warm through the coldest of winters. Pride and joy right there. It's like 20 bucks at Home Depot. And it goes everywhere with me. Where I keep all my hats. It's a little dirty. Do a lot of off-roading. A lot of dirt gets trapped. Yeah, this gets a lot of dust. A lot. I keep my windows down because it's nice. Get my sun hat, my Indiana Jones hat, and then my NASCAR hat when I go to racetracks. This is my NASCAR seat. I use it to sit. I could use it as an example real quick. NASCAR seat. Keeps the tushy comfy. When you're sitting up there, at least. What else can I show you? This thing is my garage. I keep all my garage stuff. So all my car stuff, all the safety, all the tow straps. I have a fire extinguisher in here because I feel like everybody should keep that in there. Batteries for stuff, tools. Garage, great. Oil, because it's a Land Rover, you need to keep extra oil. Definitely. Oh, I guess I could show you some of this stuff. A little flags. Love my little flags. Also have to have some sort of life. I water them every day, even though they're plastic, but don't question it. Always keep a carbon monoxide thing. It's a little too high up. It should be lower. I'm thinking about putting it here, but right there works. This is Milo, little meerkat. He travels everywhere. I think he has more miles traveling than me, which is pretty darn cool. Love it. That fan is great. Love that fan. So with the AC unit, I guess we could go to that now. So I kind of made a little vent system to get all the air out from the AC, which you can see from there. It works great though. I like it. It works. There's water doesn't go in. I've been mudding many times, off-roading. Nothing goes in. It's great. I mean, maybe a little bit, but there's also a netting, a little wire net inside, which is pretty cool. So that thing was fun to make. It's just wood, a little vent that I got from Home Depot. And then I forgot what this thing is, but it's very hacked onto it. But it works. It looks good from afar, and that's what matters. So I do have an EcoFlow Wave 2. I love this thing. I recommend it if anybody is able to get one. It's awesome. It is great. It keeps me cool in here, and this is it's just great. This is my 6-gallon tank. It's empty right now, but I sometimes put ice in this thing, and it keeps it cool for actually like for 3 days, honestly, with all the water that's in there with ice. It's pretty nice. I'm surprised it keeps cold water with ice in it as long as it does. But I do have another battery unit right here, so I have EcoFlow, EcoFlow, and EcoFlow. I do like my EcoFlow. They're pretty cool. Not sponsored, but they're just awesome. They're just great. I got this one from my buddy. I got this one from the same buddy, Cody. He's awesome. He does the same things that I do. A lot of car camping. He has a Tacoma, which is awesome. But yeah, when I use this thing, I turn it on, I turn on my fan, and that just kind of circles things out more, circles the air out in here. And this works as a heater as well, so this keeps me warm if needed. but I tend to have a bunch of blankets, so I don't really need it, but it's awesome to know. Ooh, it just got really windy. But it's awesome to know that there's heat in this thing too, when needed. So down here under my mattress, oh, what's wrong with your head? So under my mattress, I tend to keep a bunch of stuff as well, because space is definitely limited when you're doing a lot of stuff like this. So I keep all my jackets down here, a bunch of them. Tend to keep at least 3 to 4 jackets, from snowy season to cool season to it is freezing. 4 jackets tend to be the limit I keep in my truck. Bunch of towels because I do kayak a lot. I'll get to that, it's up front. Do keep a kayak in here. I do have a massive tarp. It's awesome, have used it a bunch of times. Keep my chairs back here. I have a roadside, can't really see, there's a bunch of stuff down here. Roadside assistance down there. I have my camping light. It's actually a PDR light, but I use it as a camping light. More tools down here that can't fit in my garage. An umbrella. Just, I guess, more stuff that you would keep in a shed if needed. Rather, this is, I guess, my shed, which is pretty cool. A basement, whatever you want to call it. Let's put this back. There we go. But yeah, so that's a big part of it. I keep a lot of wiring stuff, so cables to charge my phone, to charge the batteries, for solar cables. All my cables go in this bag. Back here is all my, it's like my fun closet. I keep game boards. I have paper towels back here. Still have, I don't even know what I have back here. I think I have a lot of games, stuff to entertain myself. I have binoculars. Always need a family picture. This gets set up on my dash when I'm ready to camp. More cables. These are my little night lights. These just work great if you don't want any light to show through. It's just great. It's just a fun little light. Headlamp, my pocket tool. I use this thing a lot. This is definitely a good old little closet that I use. I just use, so this thing is not even for my truck. These window covers, they're for the LR3, the generation after this truck, but they work, they fit, I mean, they fit to what they can. It works for me. They're a little bit big, which is perfect, gets all the light out. But yeah, some more stuff, more tools, a little boomerang that I never use, but it's there. My shovel right here, tools, tape. Surprisingly, you use a lot of tape when you're camping. At least for me, I use a lot of tape to cover stuff up. It's a great little tool to have. I guess down here I could show you, I do have traction boards, a good old little toilet seat, dig a hole, little poopies out in the wilderness. Very usable. Here is the cockpit. A lot of cool stuff. So I guess we could start with my little guy. He's my little guy. I don't have a name for him. Probably had a name for him, but I forgot. Yeah, I have my notebooks, my books, other books. I tend to keep a lot of books in here, but I took them out after my trip. I just got back from Washington. Drove like 14 hours, which was pretty fun. This Land Rover handled it. My motto, I guess my truck's motto, disco your life away. Get it? It's a Land Rover Discovery. This is my my speaker. This is, I don't use this or this. I don't use this at all. I just use this because I think it's better. I can't plug in. I tried getting the aux cord, or whatever you call this, the tape, I guess that's what it's called, but it broke and now it's stuck in here, so I can't use that. The fuse broke on this, so I can't use this to Bluetooth it, but I hate that anyways because it always statics my music and I hate it. I feel like every car needs some rocks, little good luck rocks. So obviously they go flying all the time, but they're still there. Haven't lost them. That's me. This is my compass. Little fish that my sister got me. A book that my friend got me. A feather that I got me. Word search, because I love word search. It's great. Wallet for whoever wants to steal my wallet. You need plants. I water my plants every day, even though they're plastic. Another feather. These are like just pigeon feathers. There's a crow feather. I don't even know if I'm allowed to have that. I don't think I'm allowed to get feathers from the wilderness. I don't know. I heard that, but I don't know if that's true. Walkie-talkies when I go off-roading with people. Pretty cool. So here's the other one. Extra cookies just in case. I guess I could show you this. This is my steering wheel. So this is the horn. The horn doesn't work. This is the horn. It works, which is great. Wow, that was a big echo. It works. It's a hassle to honk, but when I need it, I do. And that's just to honk. But yeah, this is my setup, and I freaking love it. So this is my main closet, I feel like. So let's go over there. So this is my main closet. This is my kayak. It's an inflatable kayak. I don't really have to worry about it drying quickly, because since I live in the desert, this stuff dries super fast if I just leave it in here. And so far this kayak has survived in crazy heat weather. There's still no holes, and I've had this thing for a bit and it just works. This is where I keep all my clothes. I tend to carry 2 to 1 bag. I really don't need much. I could stuff a lot of clothes in my 2 backpacks. Electronic bag. This definitely goes everywhere I go. My laptop, little portable PC, which is pretty cool. This is the extra window covers for the front side windows. It's pretty cool. And I guess we could show you the top now. Show you the top. I have a solar panel, which it connects to inside, and that mainly charges my 2 batteries that I have inside, which is this guy and that battery you saw in the middle. And that gets around 120 watts last time I checked. It works. I love it. On a normal basis, I think I get 80 watts, but it still charges both of them throughout the day, which that's all I need. In here, this is, I guess, an extra little garage that I keep all extra sleeping stuff for anybody else. So this is kind of like the storage for if anybody else was tagging along in any of my trips, which has happened before. So I have an extra tent, extra umbrella, a little toiletry stuff for them, for anybody who needs it. But yeah, but this thing is what I'm excited for to show you guys. One here. This goes everywhere with me. I go hiking and it goes with me, and it just follows me. I have 2 batteries, and the batteries last for so long, so they just survive for hours and hours while I'm hiking. And I tend to use that the majority of the time when I'm out alone, off-grid. A lot of entertainment. I recommend anybody getting a little RC truck, because it's a lot of entertaining stuff to do with it. But yeah, this is definitely my truck. This is my whole home. I have spent so much, don't pay attention to that it's a Land Rover, so it's okay. But yeah, that's my truck. I spent so much time in this thing, a lot of time in this thing. I've traveled thousands and thousands of miles in this thing, and it has not broken down once. It definitely has broken a what do you call it, a drive shaft a couple times, but part of me is my fault on that, because I bought the wrong drive shafts and it's cheap. Kept braking and braking. Like I said, don't pay attention to that. That is just AC stuff. I know it's weird, but you gotta trust me. It is almost 8 o'clock and it's still so hot, and it's not even hot yet. I need to go to Utah or something. Vegas ain't it. But I'm at the speedway, so how can I complain? I have notes here because I've never done something like this and I don't know what to say. But we're going through this together. Ooh. So I do off-grid a whole lot in this thing. I do a lot of off-road, off-grid camping, more than like stealth camping. I know a lot of my friends do a lot of stealth camping. I don't like doing that because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I feel too exposed. A big old truck, or not big old truck, a little box in like a Walmart. Like, I don't know, I can't do that. Maybe I'm just not there yet. I am doing a lot of, like, I use Dirt a lot. So the app that I use to find camp spots is Dirt. Do have a little monthly subscription with them. That has been a great lifesaver. I've traveled the entire Pacific Northwest using that app. That app is awesome. I love it. So I do a lot of that, but it turns out a lot of places that I go, normal cars can't get to, because I don't treat this truck like it's 23 years old. I treat it like it's a trophy truck, and I shouldn't do that because this thing will break, and when it does, it won't be fun at all because I don't want to get rid of this thing. But I do a lot of off-road, Utah, Lake Mead, which I don't really like camping in Lake Mead because it's just so hot. But to escape the Vegas heat, I go to Utah, a little bit of California. I'm going to be spending more time in the Pacific Northwest, so Washington, like Oregon, Northern California. And yeah, that's basically where I've been camping mainly. I do camp sometimes at racetracks when they do their West Swing with NASCAR. If you haven't noticed, I am sadly a NASCAR fan. Sadly. As you can see, I'm at a racetrack doing this. But I do a lot of camping, tailgating on my own at racetracks, which is cool, like Phoenix, Vegas. Not anymore Fontana, which sad. Definitely going to go to Sonoma, which is going to be awesome, but they'll have to wait till next year. I know Portland has a racetrack, so I'll be going there at some point. But yeah, hopefully I could travel the entire country following NASCAR. Okay, I know I'm geeking out with NASCAR. I'm talking about a whole lot, but that's the goal, is to start the season with NASCAR and travel to every racetrack throughout the season. Even if that doesn't mean going into their racetracks and checking them out. That could just follow them, park, and then sit in their parking lot and camp and listen and watch the race on my phone or something. Whatever, I just want to chase NASCAR through the entire season in this truck. That would be cool. And just camp in their parking lot. Like I said, I put thousands of miles in this thing. Literally just over the weekend, I just came back from Washington. I did a whole Pacific Northwest tour of just driving and just exploring, seeing everything to do. I was all over Oregon for an entire week. I drove all the way to the northeast corner of Washington. Then I drove back down to Vegas, and I think that's the furthest I've driven straight was Washington to Las Vegas, which is, I think, an 18-hour drive. I stopped once to sleep, but the next day I drove for 12 hours or 14. Let's just call it 13 hours. So I think that was the furthest I've driven straight in this truck. So, and it handled it. It was great. But that was the most recent trip that I did, and a lot of camping in this thing. Loved it. Spent like 3 weeks out there, basically a month, just living in this truck, and it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've definitely put quite a bit of money in this thing, but I would say doable. I've saved so much. I think the most painful purchase definitely was my EcoFlow Wave 2. Like, that was pretty pricey, but I saved my money and now I have it. And I think that's why it's my pride and joy, because I feel like I worked pretty darn hard to get that thing. Now I have it, which is awesome. And it came with the solar panel because there was a sale. It was an Earth Day sale, and I'm like, you know what, screw it, just buy it. And yeah, so the memories that I get in this truck too is pretty darn gnarly. I've met some crazy cool people, some goofy goobers, some people my age doing the same thing. I met up with so many people. It's just such a crazy community, I feel like, with people who do this type of stuff, and it's pretty darn cool. I love it. Definitely that has kept me going doing stuff like this, is also other people who do it. Well, not really, I guess. Like, you meet some pretty cool people, and sometimes you become really good friends with these people that you meet, and they're across the country, and you'll never see them for months and months, and then you're like, oh, I'm passing through, and then you meet up, and that's awesome. A lot of alone time though. Like, if you don't like being alone, then this could get hard, but I tend to like it, so it just works out for me. I do consider this a zen for sure. I love this so much. This is my pride and joy. So I'm also at the Speedway. I think I mentioned it, but I'm also at the Speedway to drag race this truck, this little box, because they're doing this public thing where, hey, don't race on the streets. Come to the racetrack and you could race your own car against other people. So I'm like, maybe I'll race against a Lamborghini or some crazy 800 horsepower car against this box. I feel like it takes 100 seconds to get to 60, but I'll waste everybody's time waiting for me to go by the drag strip. Hopefully I could get some shots of that. I think that'd be cool. All right, well, let's go try to drag race. So there's a lot of people at this turnout. I still need to get inspected. I don't even know if they're gonna let me go because of this, but we'll see. There's a lot of people though. I bet I could beat this guy or that guy. Definitely can't beat that guy, but we'll see. We got inspected and we're in. We're in line now. The racetrack is right there. We're racing this Land Rover. I don't know who I'm gonna go against. Kind of hoping I go solo, but it'd be cool if I got some other dude to race against me. So we'll see. Here we go. Racing by myself, but I got this.
What's up? Close all windows. Back moonroof, sunroof if it's open. Pass the driver.
It worked.
Everything closed?
Thing won't close.
If it don't close, you can't race.
Made it this far.
How far?
This far. It's like closed. It's like an inch open.
Before you come back around, get it to close.
All right. Heck yeah. We're racing. Look at that. Almost didn't race because of my window, my back sunroof window, but that's okay, it wouldn't close. But I lost the race against myself. Dang it. Well, that was pretty cool.